Hiya, Thursday morning, and I'm just going to go in the workshop there just now and do a little bit more with my travel motor, and then my bits for the 420 that we were at on Friday servicing it. It had a fault with the electric steering, so a little bit of wiring loom should be in for that, and we'll head down to Kendal and put that on. So shouldn't be too bad a day. Raining at the minute, so I'll stay dry, see if the rain blows over. Well, that was some fight to get in, let me tell you. I had a good go at it for about 20 minutes on my own, kneeling on it, pressing on it, trying to sort of encourage it in with a pair of flat screwdrivers, but you get round to one side and the other side would pop out. It was hard work. Anyway, that's the new floating seal in on the gearbox, but it's not over because I've got the same floating seal here to change, because those seals are sort of the machine to match each other perfectly. I've got to replace this one as well now. Right, I did do a time lapse of that, but yeah, it looked grand before I sat in the seat, and then all you could see was my knees. So anyway, what I have done, I have replaced this bit of loom. So this is the wiring that goes from behind there up and into this armrest here. This armrest comes down, and this here you use to steer the machine instead of using the steering wheel. You can also select forward and reverse, and you've got a kick down button for your gears, and that one's to select your armrest to work. And what was happening was as the fellow was driving along using his steering, it would just cut out on him. Yeah, we'll go and try it now. Right, so this is the same situation as that 300 the other day. Push button to start. Does all its squawking at you. We've got a screen here. This is your load monitor, so it beeps at you a lot. Yeah, when you're loading wagons away, you can weigh each bucket so you know that your wagon isn't going to be overloaded. Anyway, to work this armrest, fold that down. I'll just fold this down as well. When I press these two buttons here, with the park brake off, hang on. Right, so I've got the park brake on, foot on the brake, and I should be able to press, yeah, if I press the red and the grey button, you can see down here, it says forward, reverse, and a picture of the steering wheel's illuminated. So I can now move this steering wheel up out the way, so sort of hands free, and lift the boom up. Now when I use this here, the machine steers. I'll take it for a run around the quarry. I'll try and put you somewhere where you're not going to fall over, and yeah, give it a go. Right, I'll go for a run on it. But imagine wagons coming into the quarry, they'll come and approach us. I ain't loading a wagon. Right. This thing just wants to climb these heaps. The power in them is unbelievable. So what I'm doing when I'm tipping, if I hold the lever to crowd it back around, if I hold it and let go of it, it'll do it on its own. It's what they call return to dig function. So it's got a position sensor on the ram and it knows when the bucket's level. So every time I dig into this heap, I'm not scooping up the ground at the same time, I'm just, the bucket's going in level to the heap of stone. Look at that. So, all of that being automated, it makes it quicker cycle times. You're loading a crusher or just repeatedly loading wagons, it just makes everything a lot quicker and a lot smoother. You can also set the height that the arm lifts to your wagon. So once you've loaded your first wagon, you press and hold your arm up and down with the button down here, and that remembers what height the wagon was. So every time you go up to a wagon, you just pull the arm back and it'll lift itself up to whatever the preset height was. In this case, I think he's got it set up to weigh at that point. So every time he lifts it up to that point, the weighing scale weighs how much is in the bucket. He said the steering cut out on him twice while he was driving up to meet me at the top of the quarry here. I've been trundling about now and we've had no issues. Right. It's nice to know other people have breakdowns as well. That's a bell dumper there. Something to do with the reverse not working from what I've gathered. Aye, it doesn't matter what colour it is. It's got moving parts. It's gonna wear out. Just another quick one that not many folk know about. There's behind this door panel here, there's an emergency stop. There's also a door switch. So when I flick that switch, that door should pop open onto the latch. Hey! So when I climb up now, I can grab that and open it. Well, it'd be really snazzy if it actually opened electrically, wouldn't it? And then you could climb on in. Anyway, right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Friday, got a load of servicing to do today, 14 tonner and 420-7 shovel. So we'll get the shovel in the afternoon, head out west and do this 14 tonner. And bit of a treat day today. Couldn't be bothered to put my bait up, so I'll have a bacon roll, get the day set off right. Got a view, so over there, you start paddling, you'll end up in Ireland, right on the west coast of Cumbria now. Anyway, I'll get this 14 tonner serviced. I'll just do a time lapse. You'll have seen plenty of 14 tonners before. Right, that's it all serviced up. And my filters are leaking. Pumps are all done. Right, so last job is I'm just going to check the hydraulic pressures, so you can look at the pump pressures through the operator menu. If I go to monitoring, you can see the front and rear pump pressures. They're showing 28 bar at the minute on standby, which is normal. And then if I draw the dipper arm in and hold it over relief, that should show about 330-ish. Yeah, so those pumps are absolutely sound. Yeah, everything seems within spec there. I'll go and park it back up where I got it from and get back over towards Carlisle and service this shovel. I'm at this sand and gravel quarry, and it's a bit of an unusual spot, maybe, would you say? So that boat over there is a dredge, and it dredges that lake, and then those pipes that are running out the back of it runs all the way up to the processor over there, where all the stones kind of separated and washed and cleaned. Right, it's the same crackers last Friday afternoon. 1500 hour service on this 420-7. Both axles to do, engine service, so engine oil, fuel filters, and then that pilot filter there to change. So that'll keep us entertained for a couple of hours. This shovel and the other shovel down in Kendal, they were sold at sort of roughly, or they got them roughly at the same sort of time, within a week of each other, and they both seem to be clocking up the same hours at the same time. So normally when that one down in Kendal's due a service, sure enough, I expect a phone call off these lot in within the week. So yeah, they're both on 1500 hours, and yeah, this one's been pretty well behaved. The driver's got absolutely no complaints with it, loves it. In fact, he's upset now that he's got to spend the rest of his Friday on a different shovel. So anyway, right, we'll crack on, but it's 12:30 now. I'll have a sandwich, because if I don't, I'll start it and I'll finish it and it'll be 4 o'clock and I'll be grumpy. Not just going to plan. You'll have seen in that time lapse I've been fighting on with this filter head, trying to get it to bleed up. Normally it's a 2-minute job, really nice and easy, these machines to bleed up. Anyway, I've stripped this head down again, so I stripped it on the machine, couldn't see anything wrong with it, and I fought on a bit longer, still couldn't see anything wrong with it. When I took it off and put it back in the van, and I put my finger over here and pumped it, and there's blooming air escaping around here, so I thought maybe I've not put that rubber o-ring in properly, but I'll show you. Yeah, you can see there it's bent in, and that's why it won't blooming seal with the water balls. So anyway, thankfully we're only, like I said earlier, 15-20 minutes away from base. So it came in this big cardboard box, not with all those rags in, but it came with like paper packaging all wrapped up. So I can't believe it's got damaged. I don't know how it's got damaged, but yeah, thankfully we're only 15 minutes away from base. So yeah, Dan's gonna come down with a fresh filter while I drop these axle oils, but that's a good half an hour, 40 minutes messing on with that. Anyway, we'll do these axle oils. Right, that's me new filter arrived just in time. I've finished doing the axles, so all that's left to do now is put this filter on and bleed it up. So I'll set you down, maybe there. Right, this should only take 2 minutes. They're really, I've found anyway, they're pretty good to bleed up, these new ones. The older ones, you can have your good days and your bad days with them. But these are generally, I've found. That's why I couldn't understand it when I was pumping away there before. I was thinking, goodness me, this is taking some doing. Should only be 5 minutes at worst job. Put all these bits on. Right, so that's the fuel up to here. It's filled that filter and the fuel's coming out of here now, so I'll just nip that up with a spanner. Then I've got to pump the fuel down here into that pipe. That pipe then runs, where does that pipe go? Oh, into the mechanical lift pump there. Is it? I thought it went through the ECU. No, it does go into there. And then it comes back out of here, into here, and then down, onto there, into the high pressure fuel pump. It was, well, certainly the older machines, they had different filter assembly on, granted, but the fuel would go through the ECU. Because the ECU is bolted to this engine block, the fuel would help keep the ECU cool. Anyway, right, I'll bleed this next bit up. 5 minute job, not a 3/4 of an hour performance. Right, I'll go around up into the cab and start it up. Right, that's the machine up and running. It's just before 4 o'clock, so by the time I get the van packed up and away back to the yard, should be a nice 5 o'clock finish, so happy days. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day here. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button as well if you fancy. For more pictures and information of what's going on between videos, head over to my Instagram, Ali's Digger Diary. And next Wednesday is the Gordon's show as well, so if you get a chance and you're in the area, head up to that. Again, there's more details over on Gordon's Construction Instagram page. So have a good weekend all, and we'll see you on Monday.